Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Yeah. Y'all know what it is. Yes, sir. Friday, the last day of March 31st. This is the 100th episode of Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dives. I appreciate everybody who's traveled on this journey. And just know this is literally a toenail in the human body of what this show will be. So much stuff going on this weekend in the sports world. Opening day was yesterday. I mean, baseball is back, baby. Still not a fan of the pitch clock. However, it was still some exciting baseball going on. A lot of great stuff happening around the league. I will touch on a lot of little things that happened yesterday in the baseball world. Also, Final Four is about 40, maybe 50 hours away. I'm not even sure what time it starts. I know it's a little more than 24, probably 35, 40 hours a day away. Lions have not moved a single inch on these games. So I really have no idea what I'm doing with that. However, it is Friday, which means I got my man, JCP, with me. What's happening with you, man?
Bro, episode 100. I almost wanted to hold up the paper with you, but I didn't want to steal your thunder, because two people didn't score 100 points. There's only one.
Right,
But no,
right.
I'm doing good. Had a little technology issue this morning we talked about, but we're doing great, man. Just a little tired. It's been a long week for sure. But man, yeah, I'm definitely juiced for the weekend. And it was what an opening day yesterday. I got to watch a few of the scores, and we had some decent games. And we also had some games by the fathers that didn't go out very well. Sorry, a little hiccup.
No, you good. I wanted to talk about that. Yeah, man. I forgot who else it was. Oh yeah, it's something about them
The Rangers?
Southern California. Nah, it took two teams in Southern California. You got the San Diego Padres and you got the Los Angeles Angels. For some reason, no matter what they do, no matter who they bring in, this team shows up as the same exact
Did Angels
team.
blow it?
Yeah,
I thought they were up like 1-0. I think in like the fifth.
yeah,
And it's like I was telling my uncle about it. Sorry to interrupt real quick, but I told him like, hey, I usually at the beginning of the season I take any chance I get to fade the Angels. I almost took them today with Shohei, so
yeah.
that's what
Shohei
made me wonder. It's like, man, they blew that?
Shohei throws 10 strikeouts in a scoreless outing for Shohei. As soon as he leaves the mound, the Angels said,
Disgusting.
blow it. And they blew it
All
like they
right,
always
so
blew it. Padres, also, no matter how many
disgusting.
superstars they get,
Disgusting.
they look like a bad
Disgusting,
box
bro.
of baseball cards at this point. You know what I mean? Just got a
Yeah,
bunch
bro.
of.
Dude, I'm just salty because I had them in. I don't want to be that guy, but I had a parlay in the last leg was the Padres. I mean, bro. No, it was just. I won't even lie. That was just like I don't want to say like disappointing because it's only the first game of the season, but that was just like a because I don't want to be. I don't want to like. This is just made without me looking at any single stat today. I'm pretty sure most of the quote unquote good teams like won yesterday or put up a very impressive performance. I think that was the one team that I was not impressed by at all. It's like, damn, you're down 7-2 to the Rockies. Like they could have lost like maybe 7-4, 7-5. They put up some offense, I'd be impressed. But put up 2 points
No, it was
with that
bad.
offense they have, with the new rules, with all the interesting. That's all I
It,
gotta say. I guess it's interesting.
no, it was bad, man. I went to bed early on that one. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was trying to watch it. I can't even find it right now to look at it.
I feel like it's a I don't know who to compare them to, but it reminds me of this is gonna be an awful comparison because it's way too early, I feel like, but they're kind of reminding me of the Brooklyn Nets right now. Like you look at the James Harden, Kyrie, Kevin Durant Brooklyn Nets, like, man, they got a squad though. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait, they aren't winning games? They aren't doing that. It's just, yeah, I obviously it's the very first game of the season. They could end up going 161-1 and win every other game throughout the way, but that was a scary showing if I was their fans today.
No, it was definitely something to look at. Snell didn't look too great on the mound. Something about the attitude of everybody. Like it feels like the players just don't mesh. I mean, that's all comes with chemistry and time. I'm sure
Yeah.
a month from now they'll get Tatis back and everything kind of click. The thing I am concerned about with this team is where Tatis will fit in when he does come back. Because
I agree.
now that you have a superstar studded team, Bogarts is at shortstop last night, looking great on the field. I think Bogarts got 2 or 3 hits also. So it's like, where do
I
you move Bogarts to? Like, what do you do with this lineup with this
That's what I heard.
rotation?
I heard they might move to Bogarts to. So this is solely based on a podcast I heard like 2 weeks ago. So take this with a grain of salt. But I heard they might like, due to how star-studded they are, like it's not Siwoo Kim, but I can't think of the
That's
I
a
can't think of that
golfer.
dude's name. I know that's a golfer, but you know who I'm talking about, right? For the Padres, they have the other dude who plays, I think, second right now. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I'll
Yeah,
look it up,
I do.
but I'm on my phone, so I can't look it up. But
I
I think
do.
most people know who I'm talking about, not to be that guy, but I just can't think of his name. I heard like they might have to move him to like DH or something, move Bogarts to second, and then fit in Tatis. But yeah, that I hate to say, usually you want to have the issue where you have too many stars to play, but I don't know what they're going to do. I would definitely rather have the issue. It's like, all right, who do I not play today that's really good versus like having not the other issue. But yeah, I am very interested to see what happens with Tatis when he comes back because he obviously left in a very interesting way. So it's going to be interesting to see how the cover athlete can make it up back for himself.
Yeah, Hasiang Kim. I probably said that wrong. I probably
Hasean
shouldn't
Kim,
even
that's who
try
it
to
is.
say it. Siwoo Kim, however, is doing his thing over today in golf, and I don't know. I didn't look at the what's it called? I didn't even look yesterday, but on my bet slip, I can cash out for more than I bet. So I feel like he's doing his thing.
Hey,
That boy Siwoo Kim over there on the
might need to take
golfing.
advantage of that before he falls apart again.
Yes, sir.
I hate to say it.
The rookie of the year favorite Audley Rutschman for the Baltimore Orioles had 5 hits yesterday, plus a homer in opening day, putting his stamp on opening day, having a legendary performance. It reminds me of I don't know. It reminded me of Trevor Story, his rookie year with the Rockies. He came out and hit like 7 home runs in the first 3 games or something. That stat's off, but it's something like that. He broke a record. That's what this feels like. You come out and get 5 hits and a homer on opening day to like tell the world like, yes,
That's impressive,
I am the dude y'all been saying I am. And so I was geeked
bro.
about that.
I'm so happy for him. I got as a Yankees fan, I had to watch a lot of Orioles games. So due to that, I listened to a few Yankees podcasts that also give me information on other teams because shocker, if you didn't know, the Yankees play a lot of people in their division a lot. So I've heard about him, man. Yeah, he's stud. I'm excited to see what he does this year, even though like I don't like the Orioles. Orioles almost blew it yesterday. Speaking of, I wish I wanted to take them. They were up big. I'm like, man, I'm kind of mad. I look back games 10-9. It's like, man, that's kind of wild. But how about George Springer though? Speaking of Adley Rutschman, I didn't even know about that stat line about Rutschman because for me, George Springer stole the show. I think he had 5 hits, contributed to 4 runs or something for the Cardinals, something like that. First time ever for opening day.
For the Blue Jays.
What? Or Blue Jays? Yeah, sorry, Blue Jays, not Cardinals. My fault.
No, that's
Same
crazy.
game, different team.
Yeah,
But you know,
no.
but yeah, that's just seeing that number. I'm just like, and one more thing, that boy Aaron Judge, first inning, I believe, Jimmy Jack.
Yeah, I had that written down too, for sure. That
He's
was
gonna have
actually
at
the
least
next thing I
200
was
home
going to
runs
talk
this year.
about. 200?
Yep, he's on pace for it, right? You saw that tweet I sent you.
I give him 180. No, I'm playing. I mean, you can't deny this man, bro. He comes up first at bat after
Yankees captain, baby.
the 61 year last year, all the talk, getting the contract. I ain't gonna lie, I was one of the people that was talking. He's gonna. I don't know, man. He shut me up. That's what I'm gonna say. Him and Garrett Cole are the 2 Yankees yesterday that shut me the heck up. I would not say anything bad about the Yankees for probably a
I was
month.
impressed by Cole yesterday.
I was too.
That's a way to get off on a strong start because I don't remember what happened last year, but I think he got roughed up even a little bit last year, even if they did one, and it just like very good to start off the year. Basically, like being I don't want to say perfect because I'm assuming that he gave up a few hits and everything, but he had about as good of a start as you could ask for to open up the year.
No, he definitely did. He had a better start than Jacob DeGrom, who has been struggling
Damn.
as of late. I'm not gonna say I called it, but I've been calling this man overrated for about 5 seasons, and I've been begging the New York Mets to trade this man while they could get something back for him, and they don't. And look what happened. He just walks away and goes to another team to fill up the trash stats. I got some stats here on the ground. I don't know why I'm taking forever to get to them. Last 5 regular season starts, 24 and 2/3 innings, 19 earned runs, and a 6.93 ERA for the greatest pitcher of our generation. Yeah.
That is not good. Hey, you wouldn't know though, based on the score yesterday, that he had the worst outing to start off. I mean, those Rangers boys picked up some slack a little bit for him, but yeah, he had a rough going of it. How many earned runs did he give up yesterday? Was it 3 or 4 before they pulled him?
It was at least,
Or was it more than that? It might have been 5 even. Like I told you, I didn't get to like fully watch games too much, so I wasn't in the flow of like when they pulled pitchers and everything. But it looked like it was either 3 or 5 about when they pulled him, and then somehow they went 11-9 or something.
yeah.
Wild.
DeGrom pitched 3.2 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 7 strikeouts, 12.27 ERA for the ace.
Yep. Not to get on the Jacob DeGrom like train and get derailed too far from the conversation, but do you think it's injuries that's causing all this, or why do you think that all of a sudden the greatest pitcher of all time, as of late, and as of late, I mean the last few years, has just been like not the best? You think it's injuries messing up his momentum, or do you just think
I
he's
think
just? I don't want to say he's not that guy, but he's not like a super, like he's just a really, really, really good pitcher who's not like at the next level.
I'm gonna tell you
That's like very hard to get to your
my
attention.
true opinion of this, and it's probably wrong. I'm not anybody that has any special knowledge on this guy, but we've never really had a chance to see him pitch. I never like he's anybody could throw 100 these days. We've never seen him put
That is
together a
true.
full season and go 25 and 5 and like he even the seasons he won the Cy Young and stuff, he's playing half a season, 3 months out of the season.
Yeah, I
Like
was about to say I don't remember him ever playing a full season like at once in his career. Like he could have, but I don't remember it.
no, that's yes, bro. As a Mets fan, that's why I was so like I don't care how good the kid is, bro. If he's playing for the Syracuse Mets more than he's playing for the New York Mets because he's in minor league assignments trying to rehab, what are we? What?
Yeah, bro, that's
But I don't know, man. Him and Noah Syndergaard had a bright future in New York, and both of them just jumped off the
man,
cliff.
bro. Yeah, that was. I don't want to be. I don't want to take you down that road too much because I'm sure you can go for days on it. But that's just sad. They had both those two guys and just couldn't really. And I want to say maybe 1 playoff year, maybe 2, with both of them the whole time they were there. Not many.
No,
Apologies.
but also I will say this to his defense: for some reason he was cursed again with the Mets. They would never gave him any run support. Even when he did come out and throw 7
Oh
scoreless,
yeah,
they would not score themselves. So the Rangers putting up 11 and saying, "Look, man, we got your back." Might give him a little boost of confidence to get
I
back out
agree.
there. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I thought all the Rangers talk before the season was and I mean it's still the first game. I'm gonna give it a few weeks before I really jump on this bandwagon. But everybody's talking about the Rangers might be good, and I was like, they not gonna be good.
They,
And then
they might.
I know they put up 11 runs opening day, and you take a second look at their lineup, and it's like Marcus Simeon, Corey Seager, Nick Lowe,
Like they got some dudes, but it's like, man,
Robbie
are those dudes
Grossman.
like a little too far out of their prime? Are they just like it's just that's what gets me, man. That's the hardest thing for me when it comes to baseball personally. It's like I can't like you I would say with NFL it's a lot easier to tell players primes or like and then basketball, same thing. With baseball, man, like I feel like it's so hard because dude could be average for his 20s and he hits the 30s and figures it all out. Dude's a superstar in his 20s, second he hits 30s. It's baseball's I'll admit, baseball's one of the toughest sports, bro. Like, obviously, because
Yeah.
I'm assuming you've played it. Obviously, that's why you like it. For all those people who have played it too, I think you understand how hard it is to like hit a baseball. Now, imagine that like times 10 at the most professional level and everything. So that's what confuses me so much with some of these teams, man. I'll see some of these names, like for example, like for the Padres, you see Matt Chapman, Juan Soto, like all those names could mean nothing. And then you got dudes on the Rockies. I bet you half the audience who aren't Rockies fans could name one Rocky player, and then they come out and top and do fine. It's just like that's what confuses me, man. It's just like it's baseball's like almost like NFL. It's like any given day, man. It just takes,
Oh,
especially with how
even
much
more
mental
than the
confidence.
NFL.
Yeah, I would say for sure because of the mental fortitude of it. So all it takes is like you said, Degrom gets one bad outing, he's like in his feelings then for 2 months and not able to figure it out.
Yeah, that's
And that's
why
what confused me with the Rangers. Is I think they got a lot of dudes, but do they got dudes?
exactly. No, I thought the same thing. we'll have to see, man. It's gonna be a great experience watching the Rangers this season. But no, that's why I fell in love with baseball. Mostly is because any day, anybody could win. And mostly, I ain't gonna lie to you. I fell in love with baseball as a gambler first, cause
Okay.
you look at like when you start gambling, I was 17, 18, and you know nothing. You don't even
Hmm.
like you know nothing. So you betting money lines and stuff, and so you looking at NBA money lines like, "Damn, I can't bet this." You get to baseball season and you're like, oh snap, everything's pretty much even. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Like
so
Orioles yesterday were plus 100 against the terrible Red Sox. Like I see what you mean.
yeah,
You got
I
a point.
mean the White Sox beat the Astros at plus
That
money.
was shocking
Shocking.
that they beat the Astros. Yeah, I was shocked. I thought the White Sox. I know the White Sox are good, but like I was impressed. They lost to Brayu. That was more of like I would guess like not shocked. That was an impressed game. Like okay, because like that was just like especially opening day. I thought the Astros had there was this boost too on an MGM that was Cubs plus 1.5, White Sox plus 1.5. Like man, White Sox probably going to sell that for sure. Jose Abreu probably had like 2 hits, do decent against them. Hey, I didn't see the final score, but I saw they were
It
up
was a
maybe
great
like
game,
3-1.
bro. It was a
Three
great
one
game.
something like that at one point. I was impressed. Like I said, I'm very impressed with them the way they held it together. I'm intrigued to see them how they go far. And hey, this is me saying that as my second favorite team. I thought they were going to get their ass beat. I was impressed.
Yeah, no, they it was 0-0. I could be wrong going into like the seventh.
Yeah, I
Um,
think so. It was 0-0 for a long time, for sure. The fifth at least.
yeah, 0-0. It looks like going into the seventh, bottom of the seventh, Astros put up 1 run, top of the eighth. Forget who it was. The White Sox come right back and get that run back, and then top of the ninth, man. 2 on. Andrew Vaughn comes to the plate. I think it was a huge moment for Andrew Vaughn because not only was Jose Abreu in the
Hmm.
building, but everybody was talking about how big of a downfall it's going to be from Abreu to Vaughn at the first base position and definitely batting. Andrew Vaughn comes up and says, "You know what, guys? I'm pretty good myself, and here's a home run to win the game." And then Jordan came in the bottom of the ninth and hit a solo, but it was a little too late and a little too little. Jose Abreu in the ninth inning did have a fabulous at bat.
I was about to ask, how do you think your boy Brady did yesterday for his first game with the Astros?
He looked uncomfortable in the blue and orange. Now playing, he did good, man. He had
Yeah,
some good
I could
swings.
imagine.
The bottom of the it did look weird every time they did like a what's it called mound meeting.
The pay. The what?
Like the Astros would go the mound meeting, all the players come to the
Oh yeah,
mound.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I kept waiting for Abreu to talk because he knows all the White Sox, but he ain't never say shit. I kept waiting for him to be like, "Look, man, this guy hates the stuff up and in." But yeah, no, it look. I love Abreu, man. He's
Hey, a little
probably
professionalism.
one of my favorite White Sox of all time. He had a great
Yeah,
at
he.
bat in the bottom of the ninth. I think it was 8, 9 pitches. He just at the end of it he grounded out. But I don't know, man. It was a great game
I'm
last
into.
night.
Yeah, I still doesn't feel right to say Jose Abreu's an Astro.
Not at
For as
all,
much as
man.
I would say, if I have to hate a team, just as a Yankees fan, it's the Astros. It's just man to see one of my because like Jose Abreu, like as in like I wasn't the biggest baseball guy, but he was even a name I knew before like I fully got into MLB. And yeah, just seeing him, man, bro, disgusting. I just want to say, but I respect it. Yeah, it hurts, man, to see. It's almost like losing. It's almost like watching Kobe go play for another team. I was
Uh,
trying. That's the first star that came up to me that or like Dirk, seeing Dirk play for another team, something like that. That just feels weird, wrong.
no, it definitely was, man.
That's how baseball be.
Abreu came up with the White
I hate to say it,
Sox.
but I think yeah, that's. I was about to mention that. Just like man, that's so sad, bro. Just come up with the White Sox, homegrown, and everything. You guys got to watch them, and we got to watch them go basically too. The best team in baseball. Be like, hey, gotta love him though, but damn, bro, does it hurt?
No, I'm rooting for him. I got him the most RBIs on the season at a good number, so
I wish I took that with you.
I'll be rooting for him. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I love Andrew Vaughn. So like, as much as I love Abreu as far as the chemistry and what he means to the clubhouse, I love this kid Andrew Vaughn as a player. He did great things last year out of the DH and right field position, hitting wise. I think the White Sox have something here, man. I think we need to improve the starting pitching around trade deadline, but man, if it could just be consistent. Oh, it was Yasmani. It just flashed back of Yasmani Grandal tying the game with a solo home run. Yasmani came into the plate
Hey,
and
the
smashed
slowest
something.
dude of all time.
Yeah. Nah, he grounded to like the pitcher and the pitcher like couldn't catch it or something. I don't know. It was like anybody else would have been safe. Like the pitcher didn't catch it.
Yeah.
Jose Abreu like had to run all the way to the middle of the infield, pick the ball up, and then run all the way back and still beat him and got him out. And I was just laughing like,
Bro,
dude,
that's so
anybody
funny.
else would be safe.
Bro, I literally remember that. Yeah, just because from MLB the show too. I remember one year I had him on my team and he had like zero speed. I'm like, damn, is it that bad? And then I watched it live. It's like, oh, damn, that boy's slow. I respect it though, but hey, that boy can hit a ball, but hey, he got no wheels though. Those wheels, they're a little old.
Hell yeah, we got the 4 donuts on the on the Cadillac.
Right, all rims basically. That boy on all rims. Nah, hey, he's making millions. We can say that. He can be as slow as he wants making that money, but
Oh, I love
yeah,
him.
hey.
I love him. I loved him with the Brewers.
Rumor has
man.
he's still running the first.
Yes, sir. You touched on this game a little bit, the classic going on in Toronto. I mean, in St. Louis, Toronto and St. Louis. Man, that game was like tied like 6 times.
That was crazy.
Yeah, combined. Let me do the math real quick. 34 hits in this game.
Wow. Man, I feel bad for those pitchers.
19 for the Blue Jays, 15 for the Cardinals. Yeah, man, it was overs all over the world except for where it's cold, man. The northern.
Yeah, that
the-
we saw that. I was looking at that parlay. It's like, yep, that's a cold state. That's a cold state. That's a cold state.
I know it's crazy.
But yeah,
man.
no, it was impressive. Some of those game scores were like, that's what made me have a little bit more faith in the. I know it was still cold and everything, like you said, but that had me a little more faith in the pitch clock because you did see the games where it's like 11-9. It's like, man, is it gonna be like this all the time? We still had games that finished like normal, quote unquote, normal baseball scores that give you some hope. Still, it's like okay. But yeah, it was overs galore yesterday. That was crazy. I would say there was like 15 games for the 30 teams. I would say at least 8-9 overs out of the 15 minimum. That's just off the top of my head. I have no idea what the math is. I could be totally wrong, but I just have
It
a.
was. It was.
I
8.
think it was really
counting
high.
While you was talking about it was 8 out of the.
Hey,
15
let it go.
games.
Off the top of my head, almost got that right. Yeah, it was. It felt like a lot of overs yesterday.
Yes, sir. How about the Cubs shutting the Brewers out on opening day?
That was shocking. Like I told you, I saw that boost and it's like, well, either the Cubs are going to lose or it's going to be the White Sox. I thought it was going to be White Sox. Now I'm just mad I didn't take it because yeah, I saw the Cubs score. I'm like, damn, the Cubs kind of like it now. Are they kind of good again?
I ain't gonna lie.
They got
to
some
you.
players, but
Cubs at plus 620 to win this division had me like walking in circles for 3 hours trying to decide if I want to ride this. I don't know why I didn't just take it instead of thinking about it too much because like
who
that shit-
else is in that division? By the way, I'm terrible at the baseball divisions. That's not the Cardinals, is it?
Cardinals, Brewers.
Oh, so it's Cardinals, Brewers, and then
Cubs.
who else?
You got Cardinals, Brewers, Cubs. I'm blanking right now. Cardinals, Brewers,
Yeah,
Cubs.
That's what I forget. It's always that like third or fourth team. But no, that's what made me wonder. Plus 620 for the division isn't terrible. I mean, they play less games too, which will really help them out instead of having to play the Cardinals and getting beat up by them. But
Reds and Pirates.
yeah. Oh, that's why I forgot them. Those two
Yeah, I
teams
know,
stink.
right?
I think I'm allowed to say that too. Sorry to those fan bases if I say your team stinks. It's not me being a Yankees fan. It's just me realizing that your team stinks. It's like a great quote that was said on this show. I'm not biased. They just ass.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking about that yesterday, bro. Because I was thinking about making shirts, and I was like, yeah, that's hilarious.
No, but that does. Pirates won yesterday. That's pretty impressive for them. O'Neal Cruz, I think had a two or three RBIs too, from what I saw.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had the RBI to put him up too at the end. It was 4-4 at some point.
That boy O'Neal.
Your boy Pedro Grifol. I should have
Oh, yeah.
said this when we was talking about the White Sox Astros. I just got stuff written down and I'm just going out of order. But first win as a manager, did it against the reigning champs on opening night. First opening
That's so sick.
day game. I love
Oh, I forgot no TLR.
what's that? Oh,
Tony
yeah.
La Russa.
Yeah, my guy, Big Tony, the functioning alcoholic. My boy,
The only
Pedro.
guy that Yasmani Grandal could beat in the race. on that
my
roster.
God. Bro, I used to see Tony walk out the dugout, and I love Tony, man.
Bro, dude.
Love.
Did you see that before? Sorry to interrupt you real quick, but did you see that video of him running out to the mound? That's a video I think of all the time. Where he
him.
can't even pump his arm. He's just so old. It's like, hey, bro, it might be time to hang it up.
No, he's
I respect it, bro.
he's so old. Like I felt bad for him having to put on a uniform. Like just let this man wear
Damn near.
a suit or a shirt or a sweatsuit or something. This man's body does not look good in a
He needs to
some
wear the shirt I sent you yesterday. Little
yeah.
inside joke. Little inside joke for the people. No, but I'm very impressed with, like I said, for that being the first win for that manager too. That's a good resume builder to be like, hey, very first game I played, I beat the Astros.
Yeah. When there was the Astros.
Man, when they were really good. Like, because I think they're if you had to pick right now for a team to win it all after the opening day, I would assume it would be Astros without question, right? Just based on the future or based on the past. I mean,
Ah, I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to think of this last night. I was like, after one day,
yeah, exactly. That's what I because
who
that for
would
me personally, like I can't lose faith in the Astros because I think they've proven enough they're a dynasty, and it just I know for sure the Yankees are going to lose them at 4-1 or 4-2. They do that every year. Basically the ALCS and runs through Houston and everything. So that just made me wonder: is like, is there another team potentially after the first day that you think might be able to dethrone the Kings, or do the Kings look like they might be on another run?
I
And
mean,
by Kings, I mean Astros.
I know it was against the Nationals, but the Braves, oh, I mean, they looked impressive yesterday. Riley took three
Mm-hmm.
walks. Acuna just hitting the ball
Young,
everywhere.
thick.
Yes, sir. I like the Braves a lot this year, man. I didn't really get a chance to like check out the Dodgers even. Like, I ain't gonna lie, the Diamondbacks came out last night with three uppercuts. They was up 2-0
Yeah,
by the end of the second. Gallen was rolling through the lineup, and then all of a sudden you look up and it's 5-2 Dodgers, and you're like, okay, this
we're
is
safe now.
this is the Dodgers.
I was sitting there like when I had that parlay going, I sent you. I'm like, man, the Dodgers and Padres are gonna blow us. Like, now I won't feel too bad. It's like at least two teams lost, and the Dodgers are like, hey, we're the Dodgers, man. And then yeah, they stormed back and realized that they should not be listening to the Diamondbacks.
Hey, hey,
But yeah,
whoa,
very
whoa,
impressive by the
whoa.
Diamondbacks to put up a fight. I'm
Diamondbacks gonna be
I'm
a lot better
interested.
than people think, man.
I think so too. I think they're gonna be. I'm not gonna say they're gonna be like obviously top of the division because they have a disgusting division to go against with good teams. But I definitely think they have a chance to backdoor a wild card potentially.
That's what I'm thinking too, man. I definitely think they'll get into some wild card range for sure. How do you I don't know, man. To win it all, if I had to pick right now. I ain't gonna lie, I almost took the Cardinals last night plus 2200. I know they lost yesterday, but
Um,
if they could pick up one more pitcher, this lineup is disgusting. I mean, your boy
I
got
mean,
hurt yesterday too. That was heartbreaking. I don't know how severe it is.
who?
The catcher Contreras Wilson. I don't know which one it is.
Oh, that's a huge loss for them if he's hurt for a while. Because I was about to say they only I think lost I'm gonna butcher his name from last year, but I can't. I know his name. I promise you, I can't think of the catcher from last year for them. That's begins with a Y. It's a just tell me. I can't remember it, bro. I'm so mad.
Yadier
I'm
Molina.
on like Yachty Emerlini. I'm on like 5 hours of sleep, bro. My brain's on low power mode. But yeah, no, like losing him, like once I got William Contreras, it's like, oh, that's a really good pickup because he obviously he's not as good as Yadier, but he I would say is about as good of a backup as you can get behind him. So yeah, hopefully for the Cardinals' sake, it's not a very long injury because there's not very many good catchers in the MLB that can both hit decently well and also play the field and give you like contribute a lot. Like I would say off the top of my head, I could probably name like five that like for sure are like, hey, you know you're gonna get something out of them from the plate at least once every game. Do you know what happened to him?
I honestly don't, man. I was driving home, or at this time, and I be listening to sports radio and sports gambling radio to be specific. But I don't know. It was literally just like, oh, I think Contreras is getting helped off the field right now. That's not good for the Cardinals. Like they jumped in the middle of a conversation with it, and then they practically said they don't know what happened, but something happened behind the plate. He was down, and they helped him off, and they don't know how severe it is. And I never looked into it any more than that. If I would have been driving home at that time, I wouldn't even known. I can't think of
Yeah,
the
I do wonder then.
I can't think of the name. I was trying to shout out the show I be listening to. It's on the radio, and I'll be watching on YouTube. But F them. They don't pay my bills.
Yeah, hey, we'll give you all a shout out at some other point. TBD. We'll push that back a bit.
A
No,
few.
yeah, I'll admit, I just something like I know I'm not gonna get us off two track. I'm sure we still have a little bit more baseball talk, but man, What a weekend to lead us up to the Final Four, though. I mean, a really awesome opening day. I think there's a little lighter games today, and then, but even though we had the lighter games today, we have some. I don't watch much women's college basketball. There's some really good games there as well. I think Saturday we come back to some more baseball action along with some NCAA. I mean, that's a great time, man. I think we're about to be into this phase now where we have sports. I think it's the main sport every single day, right? Because I know
Yes.
college basketball like usually took like I don't want to say they took a night or two off, but you can't tell me Dubuque versus DePaul, or I guess DePaul's a D1 school, like Dubuque versus my school of St. Xavier on a Wednesday night at 7:30. That ain't a basketball game.
That's a charity
That's
event.
a
No, I'm
that's a
playing.
that's a hobbyist convention. No, but I'm definitely excited. You gotta love the major sports. For like, hey, we got a game for you every single night of the week, especially when the major sports are out. Like basketball is basically almost done too. Like NBA is right around the corner. Just
I know I'm
great
geeked.
time, man.
I'm
Great atmosphere that's about to be coming.
I'm geeked about these playoffs for the NBA, and yeah, I'm
Them
geeked.
Knicks for you.
Yes, sir. It's the bubble right here. Now I'm geeked tonight, man. I got the LSU women's baby. I'm
I
kind
need them.
I'm kind of nervous about this Virginia Tech. After watching Virginia Tech dominate Ohio State, only reason I said it
Hey,
like
Ohio
that,
State had a lead at one point.
I know. I was
At
nervous.
half.
I was nervous for a second,
I was
but
nervous the whole game. I feel you. Yeah, I don't know if I told you yet or if you did. I have two national championship tickets on LSU and Iowa, so I'm really hoping both of them would make it. But that South Carolina scares me. This is crazy.
oh,
I was telling my uncle about this. Like for the people who don't know, so when I took these odds, March 8th, you took them too. LSU for me is plus 2,500. Iowa was plus 1,700. South Carolina was minus 195. Like, dog, they got some dogs, man. They're 11-point spread against Caitlin Clark's Iowa Hawkeyes. That should be. I want to shout out that game because I think that's going to be potentially a really really good game. You got a lady who just dropped the first triple double ever with 41 points. Might have been a little stat patent, but she dropped 41. They were up 15, but she dropped 41. But no, I'm very excited for that game. I hate to say, I mean, I hate to say that I don't want to watch much college women's basketball, but I might tune in for a game tonight. They might catch me on that Iowa South Carolina game. Same with the LSU game.
no, I'm watching both of these games tonight. I've been looking forward to it. It is this lady next door that loves women's basketball, and we've been talking about this game for like all week. We've been talking about the women's tournament
Which
all week.
game?
LSU.
Oh,
We
that
we in
your girl Angel
Louisiana.
Reese.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
she alright, bro. I ain't gonna talk
Double
trash
double
about it, bro.
machine.
That girl's a beast, bro. It's crazy though. I ain't gonna lie. Virginia Tech got
She
a
has a
girl.
dog in her.
Virginia Tech got a third girl number 33. I think is gonna give her a fight. I'm surprised LSU's even favored in this game, -2. To be honest with you, I thought
Are they
Virginia
favored now?
LSU
I
is
think they were
-2.
dogs for me at one point. I could have been wrong. Maybe they were favored by one. I could have swore they were plus one, but I probably am wrong then. Man,
No,
that is interesting. They're favored. That kind of scares me.
yeah. Iowa, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. South Carolina about to win this game by 30, bro. Caitlin
You
Clark,
think so?
greatest women's basketball player since Maya Moore, since whoever you want to name. She did a thing. I love Caitlin Clark. I've
They're
been
calling her
rooting
the
for her
Steph
all
Curry
season.
of women's basketball.
And Steph Curry lost in the Elite Eight. Now I'm playing. I was about to say
He
in the
did.
Final Four, but no, I mean that's pretty much what she's doing, bro. Steph Curry came in
Yeah.
'08, and I remember watching that live. I ain't gonna lie, you know how people be like your favorite, and then once it's everybody's favorite, you don't like them no
Yeah, then
more.
you're just kind of like, I can't ride with him anymore. Now there's two. Like, yeah, I feel it. Was that with you, Steph Curry?
Yeah, that was my dog. And in the first 5 years of the season, NBA even, they're like, oh, he's ankle injury prone. I'm like, bro, he cold, bro. Just let that man. And then I don't even like.
See, I was the opposite. I used to. I don't want to say I hate that dude because hate's a strong word, but man, I used to despise that MFer. And then Kevin Durant came like, screw this guy. And then like 2 or 3 years, I started to like quote unquote grow up. I came full around to the sports guy. I saw a really sick highlight that explained like his whole career and journey and everything. I'm just like, you know what? I kind of like the little Steph Curry guy. I don't hate him anymore. Obviously, too, the fact that LeBron can't. They already ruined LeBron's 3 rings, so I got my hatred over with a little bit. So I think we're okay. But yeah, I am very scared for that Iowa's women's team because for the cash out for LSU, I got it up. I put 10. I got up to like almost 15, 20 for the Iowa's women. I can cash out 6 and I bet 5. So that's very scary.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I know it's only $1, but that cash out might be worth it. I mean, I know you're only losing 5, so we might as well ride it. But
Yeah, that's kind of like what. And I'm sitting there with LSU. Like I put 5 in LSU too, and like I told you, that one's at like 14, 15. So it's like it's very tempting that I might catch on the Iowa one, but there's a part of me that's like, do I? But I see this situation same as Gonzaga, UConn, where it's like I stared at the Gonzaga thing all day, knowing Gonzaga's probably going to lose. It's like, I'm going to leave it, let it ride, and then they lose by 31. It's like, oh goddamn, that wasn't even a game. I now that you mentioned they probably will get blown out. That's all I'm thinking about right now. All I see is that 31-point blowout incoming, so I'm kind of nervous.
bro, I'm gonna put it to you like this, bro. When Gino Yarniana, the UConn's women's coach, I don't know how to say his name. When he comes out after he loses to South Carolina and cries about how physical they were and basically calls them cheaters for being so physical, you know that this team is some dogs, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. Is he salty that they lost, or is he just like, he actually? You
No,
can't,
I'm
dude. How
dead
you gonna?
serious. That was in the regular season too, not even in the tournament.
That's crazy, bro.
Regular
That's funny.
season.
That just reminds me of. That just reminds me of the NBA when they're like the Miami Heat, when they're like Miami Heat play like really hard defense on teams. Like, man, they let them get too rough on us. It's like, bro, it's basketball. Like
Yeah.
back in like I don't want to say like the 1930s. I bet you they were suplexing people before they had fouls and everything. Like, I just find it funny when because it's just because of the thing too. I don't want to be that guy, but you know how everyone says basketball players are soft. So it's just funny when
Whoa,
the head coach was like, they were
whoa.
too tough on us. I'm not saying it's true, but you know, you can't tell me I'm not wrong that people come out and say it. So
I ain't
it's
gonna lie
funny
to
when you
you,
hear the
bro.
coach be like, they were too tough on us.
I never heard it, and I'm a basketball player. But
Oh, really? Well, maybe it's a new generation thing then. Like the big motto is like, oh, well, yeah, probably why the new generation, all these basketball players are soft and everything. That's been coming up, and it's been. I don't want to say it's been since the flopping around 2012, but I think that's about where it started.
hey,
Is when everyone's like, oh yeah, these basketball players soft, man. They're just out there
yeah.
taking charges.
Nah, yeah. I wish I could remember the exact quote though, but yeah, Gino came out and was basically like
That's
saying
crazy, dude. That scares me.
he was basically acting like Don Staley was like unleashing pit bulls into his house, bro. Like that's how he was acting. Like
That's why they minus 195.
she's
They
wrong
like
for
that.
she's wrong for having them play like that and having them come out with that much physicality and energy. I'm like, bro, shut
There's
your
nothing.
ass
There's
up.
nothing I right. There's nothing more I hate more than a guy who's all he's done is won. He finally gets beat. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, it's like, bro, shut up. You finally got beat. Come back and fight for it. Don't complain that they were tougher than you. Just be tougher.
exactly, bro.
Nah, but that's funny though. Honestly though, yeah. But full circle, I am kind of excited for these games, especially because. And shout out to the women's man. Got more views in the NBA with that last game that Caitlin Clark played, and I think they're averaging about. This is the biggest tournament by them by far since they were. I think basically since it started, this is the biggest tournament by far. They're getting the most views. They're out viewing the NBA. Congrats, ladies! Way to go.
They finally
That's awesome.
They finally scheduled it right, man. They finally scheduled
They
it
did.
to where people watch. Like they used to do it like I don't know. I don't even remember, but they used to be like
I think it was like the same time as the men's damn near, where they're just like, "Hey, we're gonna cram all you guys together." Because I remember, I think it was either last year or the year before when they came out, like the women came out like, "Oh, our facilities are shit." Like that same year, it's like they have 3 or 4 women's games in the same night as like the Sweet 16. It's like I hate to say it, most people are going to watch the Sweet 16, especially with the good teams that were that year. So I agree with you. I think they did a lot better job the schedule wise because I can't remember any other time where there's like a dead period. It's like, oh hey, there's women's action on the day, and this is only basketball on. Let's go.
yeah, I did that at least 3 times throughout this month. Literally like let me check some scores on the women's just to keep up with it because it is March Madness. Oh, they playing right now on ESPN. Nothing else going on. Let me check it out. Um, where we at? How you feel about the pitch clock after watching it in live games?
Um, I think I'm on the side of people where it's like I'm gonna give you out some jet passing stats that I heard too before like I kind of get into my full thing. So basically, they said they did this in the minor leagues and took games from 3 hours and 1 minute to about 2 hours and 35 minutes for the people who don't know. Kills all the extra time in between pitches and everything. I I think I kind of like it. I get the point of the game where you kind of want the I just wish there was situational pitch clock. Like I wish there was a say like, hey, if you got like a situation like, hey, say there's 2+ runners on, we could take off the pitch clock and the pitcher's allowed to compose himself a little bit. But I guess I know that how that could be an issue. Like they have to establish a rule. I don't mind it overall. I think that it is definitely a little bit weird to see like oh hey because I'm just used to sitting there waiting for 15 minutes while the pitcher kicks the dirt, stretches out, pulls his hammy, and then puts it back into place. Like they had so much time on the mound and everything, like which is understandable. Like it's kind of their domain, but I think both sides just stretched it way too far. I thought Jet Passing brought up a very good point. Like how he's like the pitchers would take way too long to get to the pitch going, and then right when they're about to pitch, the batters will step out, ask for new batting gloves, clean his bat off while he's going. Like I'm glad they're cutting out like a lot of that part of the game. Like they're cutting out anything in the meat. I would say like we still get all the hits and everything. Base pass, I wish they fixed, but that's a whole different situation. But yeah, overall, I think the pitch clock is. I think it's going to be better for baseball overall. I think like because it paints a game because like I'm not one of those people though. Obviously, that's like the TikTok generation where it's like I need my action in 3 seconds or I'm not watching. But I think it is better that baseball is trying to appease some people by going a little bit faster because like I'll be honest, I'm more tempted now to watch like maybe a full baseball game because it will not take as long, but it's just also at the same time like I don't want to change the sport too much because like it's that's the big issue. That's the big issue right now. Is they're trying to change sports way, way, way too much, and it's just like becoming an issue where it's almost completely changing the sport. Like they're talking about in the NFL, taking out the onside kick and making 4th and 15 like the XFL. It's like, boy, what are you? No, like there's some stuff in the game that shouldn't be changed. Pitch clock, I feel like is definitely one of those things that could have been left alone, but I'm sitting here like it's. I don't know. I haven't really seen it fully. I guess like it hasn't fully hit me yet. I guess like how detrimental on the bad side of it is. I've only like been trying to look at the positives because I just a lot of the people I've been hearing listening to are like all like for it, like, oh yeah, this is really, really good. So I've just been opening their conversation, listening to it. I'm to the point where it's like I think I told you both sides. I'm torn. Like overall, I think I like it for the pace of play wise. I think it's better for baseball to pick up to play a little bit, but at the same time, like they could have gone without it and it would have been okay. But I'm interested to see how the pitchers take advantage because I know there's some pitchers like Nestor Cortez who is going to be able to take advantage of this pitch clock, or like Max Scherzer, and then there's going to be some other pitchers who it's how it goes when like the times change. Like some of the older people aren't going to be able to adjust, some newer people are going to have an easier time. So it's just gonna be interesting. I just feel bad though, yeah, for like those 20-year vets that have been pitching the same way for 20 years. Now it's like, hey, buddy, come on, come on, come on, come on. But yeah, I mean, so overall, I'm not I would say I'm a decent fan of it, but I can also see the people's arguments why they think it's fucking stupid. So because I've heard a decent amount of people say that, but I've also heard the other side. So I get it. I don't mind it, but yeah, it's one of those things. It's like I just don't know, man. I gotta see more. I think before I fully give a opinion.
Yeah,
I know how you feel. I know how you feel. So I'm interested.
no, check this out.
I'm
After
interested in
watching
what you
it
say.
on opening day, I didn't watch any spring training. After watching the White
Yeah.
Sox Astros last night, and I watched the Diamondbacks Dodgers, um, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm not. I don't hate it. It's cool. It still feels like baseball, but to me, it don't feel like a baseball game. It felt like I was watching chopped up highlights. It's just that quick. Like,
Yep.
and
I see that.
literally, I would go get a drink out the fridge, look at Twitter, and look up, and I just missed a whole inning. Like literally, I missed a whole inning.
Yeah, that's the only.
I'm used to doing that type of stuff and only missing one at bat, and then okay, oh he's on first. Let's see how this like I'm used to. I've been
Yeah.
watching baseball for so long, and I watch so much of it. I'm like kind of trained to like in between time, like do my own
Might get.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's gonna be a mess up for you. It's just like trying to find those like. That's something else I guess I forgot to mention too. Is like yeah, this totally changed a pace from like hey, usually you go to the bathroom at this time. You got 30 seconds in between pitches. Do this. Nah, you gotta keep your butt in the seat if you want to see all the action. You got to go in between the innings. Yeah, that's great. I didn't even
no,
think about that aspect of it. Yeah, that's a
it,
very good point.
it was twice last night. I looked up and it was going to commercial break, and I was like, bro, the inning just started. Like literally
Yeah,
just
I will
started.
admit that's one thing I will admit for as a background sport, baseball was always perfect because of the slower pace. Because like you could like always keep like a side eye on it. Now it's going to be a little bit harder. You got to focus in a little bit more. But I think
I
yeah,
don't know if you saw my
I'm with
tweet.
you.
I'm about to read it live.
Probably, but I don't know if I read it.
I'm about to read it live on
I
air.
saw it, but I don't know if I like saw it. If you know what I mean. Like I definitely saw you tweet something, but I went to bed basically as soon as I got home last night. I was dead.
I
So
said this.
I don't know which tweet it was. But I saw a few of them.
I said, yeah, I did say the tweet time. I said, baseball sucks at this pace. I mean, it's cool, just not baseball. Feels like I'm watching a highlight reel when I watch.
I did. Yep.
And when I look away, I miss an entire inning. America's pastime no longer. Your ass better be paying attention.
Yeah, literally, like yeah, you can't like you gotta focus definitely up a little bit more.
I will say this though. My girlfriend, who's never watched more than one pitch of baseball last season, she came in and sat down and literally, I think just because it kept going, she watched the whole inning with me. And I looked at her after
Oh,
the
look at
inning.
that.
I looked at her after the inning and I was like, "You like it a little faster like this?" She's like, "Oh, I didn't even notice, but I was into it." And I was like, "Oh,
She's like, I didn't even know. It's just like, no, you noticed. You stayed for a whole inning.
yeah."
That's awesome, though.
She watched
I
like
will admit that's like a cool aspect of it. I think too, like with baseball. I think this potentially has a chance to bring in new fans. Because for it's like, oh, I'm not gonna watch this because it's like I know how long it's gonna take. Now they're hearing all this. It's like, you know what? Maybe I do watch an inning or two just to see. So I'm curious to see how overall it does with the numberships and viewers because obviously, I think potentially like I don't want to jinx it, but I think MLB could pass NBA as like the second favorite sport when it comes to like people, just because like when it comes to game flow, for example, NFL games, you know how long an NFL game should take. It usually never goes over the time. If it doesn't go over the time, you know how long it's usually going to take. They have a select window in. NBA, there could be about 2 minutes left, and that's going to take 2 hours because of all the time at the stoppages. Now with this new baseball thing where they get games going and everything, I think that's potentially where we're going to see the best part of this is that I got some NFL news I can share in a minute. But they just basically I think that's when it comes from this is the fact that now that the pace of play is going to pick up a little bit, like we're going to see baseball games almost go quicker than NBA games. Some NBA games because of the stoppages and everything. So I think that's where I'm most intrigued to see how baseball does is the numbers when it comes to the games finishing quicker. How many more viewers are they going to get, like overall, for maybe not the whole game, but for segments versus what they did last year?
right, right.
Also, shout out Calais Campbell for signing to the Falcons. Huge signing for the NFL people. We know that big boy
Calais Campbell signing with the enemy. No,
played for the Jags for played the Jags for forever. Moved to the Ravens, and now that boy a Falcon.
no,
Yeah,
nice.
not to touch too much on football, but man, what's going on with the Ravens right now is a crazy, crazy story.
You know what it reminds me of, and this is gonna make some people laugh.
Huh?
You know the old saying where it's like, if she left a dude to be with you, she gonna leave you to be with another dude.
Yeah, basically, like yeah,
They did the same. I mean, bro, they cut Joe Flacco's career 8 years
yeah,
short just to put Lamar in there. They don't care about like who's their quarterback
yeah.
is. They definitely not.
And I don't know if I don't know if I texted you about it too. Their recovery process, I think were either last or second to last in the NFL when it comes to like the training room and the recovery and everything. So you wonder why Lamar wants out of there and why he's not healing all the way. It's just the whole organization. I'm with you with the whole Joe Flacco thing. That shit was. I mean, they literally won a Super Bowl. It's like, all right, footsteps, see ya. But yeah, man, the Ravens, I tell you what, bad karma is going to be coming their way here soon if they keep doing this stuff. Because, yeah, I think it's already came out that they're an organization. And that's a big thing in sports. You don't want to be an organization where people talk about it's like, yeah, you don't want to go there. Because it's starting to get to that point. That's a bad, bad sign because I'm sure, obviously, you hear it in your world when it comes to college basketball. Like Georgetown, nobody wants to go to Georgetown right now. Now it might change with Ed Cooley, but it's going to get to the point where some people are like, I don't know if I want to go to the Ravens, man. They're screwing over their players and everything. Big thing. That's a big thing in the. I don't know about you. I'm just now learning that like professional sports, some of them ain't that professional. Like I have a better facility at my NAI school than some professionals do. That's crazy to think about. That's a real thing.
Yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all ran by humans, and no human
Yep.
is perfect. No human makes the right decision 100% of the time, and no human
And some
has
people just think different.
the right agendas. Right. So they could be like, I'm sure some NFL owners that don't give a damn about their players. It's all about the fans, or it's all about the revenue.
Ravens.
I'm sure it's players that don't give a damn about the fans or the revenue. It's all about winning. So it's like it goes either way. There's only 5 games in tonight's slate. Anything you like tonight?
I won't even lie to you. I haven't even
baseball,
got a chance to look at this. I haven't even got a chance to look at the slate. I'm going to be doing that here in a bit. Probably just consider some dogs based on what happened yesterday. I don't even know who plays. Like I'm probably just gonna look through and just kind of like do a little bit. I mean, yesterday was kind of I don't want to say like disappointing, but it was definitely deflating a little bit to start off. A little 0 for 5, missed 4 parlays, and the Padres got blown out. So it's like, all right, we're gonna see what goes on today. Yeah, I got nothing really. I just know that if the Yankees play, I'm probably taking the Yankees, but I don't think they play. Yep.
I don't,
I might actually I lied. I might take the Mets and maybe the Mariners because I don't know if the Mariners won last night or not because it was 0-0 for a while though. So if the Mariners get down, I might take them down. But yeah, past that, I don't think I like any of those other teams. I hate the Padres, so I might fade them.
yeah, Mariners did
But
win last night,
they're
and
probably gonna win now.
they got Robbie Ray on the mound
Ooh, today or yesterday?
tonight.
I
Robbie
think it's
Ray.
today, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, that might be the play then. That might be a play. We'll have to see. I'm
What's
not too confident with only 5 games.
Yeah, I got 6 props in one play, and I'll give those
I'm
out in a
excited to hear
second.
those.
Who you got? Who's your final four? Pick. You got it? Are you? I don't. I honestly don't know. I've been wanting to talk
For
about it all week, and I
baseball,
just
right?
basketball. Final
Oh,
four
who's my like
picks.
who? That's what. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man, dude, on my show, so I'm for sure. I think I'm for sure on UConn. I'm not. I could definitely see Miami having a chance to win it, but I'm on UConn just because I think they're the best team left, and the fact they blew out Gonzaga by 30, it's like, all right, they can definitely do something. Miami not having any defense. They're so far the only team who hasn't got caught with those defensive metrics and stuff. So I think, and they almost got caught last game. So I think this game is just like the game where they can't escape it. They're eventually just going to get got. They had their run. Jim Lornega did an awesome thing. So I think I'm going to take UConn. Won't be shocked if Miami wins just based on this year, but I'm going to take them. And then the other game, bro, I'm closing my eyes, taking FAU money line, and I'm just praying it hits because I like the team offensively, but and I'm also rooting for a good national championship game because as much as I like San Diego State, I ain't trying to watch a 50-55 national championship game. Some great defense and missed shots. I want to see some offense, so I'm hoping that the very offensive Florida FAU Owls take it over. And I don't know about you. Did you hear that story about Dusty May before he signed on for Matt Norlander?
I didn't. I know he's been there about 5 years.
But so I'll say this real quick before you go. Then it's because it's very cool story. So apparently he was an assistant coach. I forget where, maybe Florida. I could be wrong. He was assistant coach somewhere. They asked him to
Florida.
come take a visit. He looks at the pictures. Yeah, Florida. I thought so. They're like, oh hey, this is my campus. He goes. He basically they. I don't know if they. I don't want to say trick him because obviously he wanted the job partially, but they kind of like said, hey, come sign this job. Come on, come on. They signed him, and then they tour him the facilities. You see all the facilities. He was breaking down, crying at how terrible they were. He was talking to his wife. She's like, man, I might have to leave. Man, I don't know if I can do this. Like, this job is not what I thought it was. All that. She convinced him to stay. Now he's a Final Four coach. So just awesome story. And his assistant that he has, same exact thing. Left Kent State, come visits because Dusty May asked him to. Basically signs on. He's like, man, this place sucks. Basically, it's like awful. How are we going to do it? And now they're in the Final Four. So truly awesome story. So I'm going to vote for them for that. But San Diego State also has an awesome story after the 2020 COVID season with their team. So that game I have no clue on, man. I could spin myself in circles like a dog chasing its tail trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I hate to say it. One second. Woo! I hate sneezing on air. My bad, y'all.
Damn, I didn't know you wanted to yell at me like that. Goddamn, that's what you wanted to say.
Nah, I was about to say I hate to say it. I've been on dogs all tournament, and I think I'm gonna be on both the favorites. I think I'm gonna take San Diego State minus the 2, and UConn minus the 5.5.
Oh, whoa! They're up to 2.
Yeah, it was 2.5.
The number was 1.
Oh yeah, it was 1.
I got
yesterday.
FanDuel. I got 1. So
Yeah, it was
that's
1
why I was
and a half
curious.
last night, and now it's at 2. Juice 2.
Damn.
Minus 113. But I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, give me FAU plus 2.
I used the worst book known to man, so who knows how accurate these numbers are.
I won't say that's the worst book known to man, but I'll tell you what, that book definitely does try to they definitely do try to put you in some cement skates instead of giving you some real skates.
They shaking, bro. They be shaking. Every time I go to place a bet, they start shaking, man. But
oh my god, 4 legs.
Right. Yeah.
No, yeah, yeah, gotta love books, man.
But yeah, I'm gonna be on San Diego State minus the 2. I think their defense gets the job done. They guard people full court and they shut people down.
Their defense is insane. Oh yeah, I'm taking FAU legit as a dart throw. I think that San Diego State, they're probably the best defensive team in the country. I think at this point, shocking. Like the fact that they held Creighton to I think no threes at all after Creighton was just splashing them down. They got their legs tired. That's oh.
Yeah, San Diego
That's the only thing I'm scared of. I don't know how deep FAU is. Sorry, I was just saying I don't know how deep FAU is. So that's what kind of thing that scares me too. Potentially, it's they are very deep, and their legs are going to get pretty heavy by the end of the game.
Also, just to One of the biggest things I learned in sports gambling is knowing when to jump on the wagon and when to jump off the wagon. I bet Miami money line every round this tournament, and
Yep,
I
that's
think
what's
it's
scaring me off.
time to just step away up hella because it's been plus 200, plus 160, plus 150 all tournament, just slapping them. Also, like I said on the show, I have Florida Atlantic to make the Final Four at plus 5,500. So I got both. I got enough money off of those two buses that I could just take a step off, and even if they beat me right now, I wouldn't even be mad. I also bet I bet all four of these teams pretty much every round. I took San Diego State every round. I took UConn every
Damn
round.
near.
So it's crazy. Like I've made so much money off this tournament. I've called all four of the Elite Eight games perfectly. So I don't know, man. I'm just gonna ride the favorites and just
You're winning that bracket challenge, right? Yeah, I
if
think you're the only team that has a team left, so I think it's all yours basically for the taking. I haven't looked in like a week because
if UConn
as I watch
wins,
my teams keep losing.
I think UConn needs to win one more game for me because I'm behind in points, but I am the only one with UConn left.
Yeah, see, that's what the thing is. Like, the Kentucky's are behind in points, but like, yeah, I would just after a round, you're gonna get if they, especially, yeah, I think you're getting like an extra 30, 40 points this round. You get 50 points and makes the next round. I think it's basically
And both
damn near
the
yours. I
and
haven't looked.
and both of the brackets I'm in, and the one is the one I'm with you, and then I joined the one with your boy, just to be funny, just to talk trash about him. Um, I'm dogging
Who?
their ass. Your boy. I don't want to say nobody's name on air. How we met?
I got a lot of boys. Wait, who?
How we met?
Oh, you didn't join that one? Dude, I didn't join that shit. Hell no. I'm like,
I did it.
ah.
I did it just to kill him, bro. Just
No,
so
I feel
nobody
you
else
though.
could win it. You know what I'm saying?
I respect it. I respect it. No, yeah. The big reason I didn't join it either is I saw there was like no money prize pool. It's like I already made one bracket. I'm already gonna be betting a lot. It's like I'm just gonna. I kind of wish I joined it now just to see what they did because
I did it
well,
just
also
to.
too my bracket's so bad.
I did, I know. No, I did it just so that they could not win. Nobody could win.
That's hilarious. You said your boy. I'm like, huh? It's like I got a lot of boys. What you mean? Nah, that's funny.
Yeah, one of your
That's
boys,
hilarious.
I'll tell you the name later, but one of your boys, all his teams lost by round. He didn't have no Sweet 16s. Like,
If I had to guess the name, am I gonna be right?
uh,
Good chance.
if I gave you three guesses, maybe. It's
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if you give me three guesses, I better hit that.
and then your other
No,
boy
it's
who you
funny
probably
though.
thinking of. He ain't scored a point since the Sweet 16. Nobody in the Elite Eight. It's only been one
Man,
person in this whole bracket that has points from the Elite Eight, and that's Rowan Donaghy.
see, also too, people, I'm talking shit right now to them. My bracket wasn't much better. That's why I'm laughing. My shit was terrible. I'll admit though, this is the worst like year I put like time into my bracket. Like I just kind of felt like it fell on my lap like last second. I'm just kind of like, I guess I like them, and then I just yeah, looking back, I didn't like anything I picked. It felt like it's like yeah, I know it's gonna be one of those years, but hey, usually if you don't like it, that means it's good.
Yes,
Not all the
sir.
time. I tell you what, not all the time.
Oh yeah.
Man, yeah, I'm excited though. National Championship Monday. Let's go. Gonna have a game. My prediction is it's gonna be UConn for sure moving out, and then yeah, they're probably either playing Florida Atlantic or probably San Diego State because I think San Diego State's probably gonna win because
Who you
yeah,
take if it's San
defense.
Diego State, UConn? Who you taking UConn no matter who they play? That's the better
Dude, I
question.
think I got it right. Like I don't want to like. I'd say here it's like the more I hedge against UConn, like the more I think about hedging against UConn, it's like the more money I'm gonna lose if they don't win. So it's like if they go on to win the national championship and that ticket's like all I got left. I mean, maybe I throw probably like 20, 30 on San Diego State because I'm for sure going to get like 100 out of the UConn thing. But I think, yeah, I think I probably take UConn regardless, especially if I get UConn at anything plus, I'm taking them 100% of the way.
He ain't
It's
getting
just,
shit.
it's just like, it's one of those things. I used to bet favorites a lot, like all the time. Like, I would heavy bet favorites, barely take the dogs of the way. I don't know why, but it's just one of those things too, where now we're to like, once we got to Sweet 16, like all the, or Elite Eight, I guess, and all the quote unquote good teams were gone. I just look at it, it's like, all right, who do I like the best of this group? I'm just taking them because they have the better team. It's like UConn is the best remaining team. So I feel like I have to bet them every game. But at the same time, bro, it's like with the way this year's been, I could bet them against a championship game and then just sit there and be like, yep, not shocker. San Diego State held them to 27 points the whole game. They won 31-27. It's, I don't know, man. I just want to watch the game and be able to talk about the end. I feel like, I don't know right now. I truly don't. Like, this is the most lost I've been in the tourney so far since I made the bracket.
It's crazy.
Like I feel like there's 64 teams for me to pick between to win it all right now, and there's only four. Like it
Yeah. The thing I think
confusing,
gives
bro.
UConn the upper hand over any team they play, they're the only
The
team.
two bigs.
Yeah, they're the only team in the country that can come off the bench with a big man that would be starting at any other college in the country.
Bro, that's just crazy. I don't want to derail too much, obviously, since I know we're at the end, but I think about it. I don't know if there's many like teams across the country that have two bigs, and that's crazy to think about because the more I think about it, it's like, huh, Purdue made a really good run with Travion Williams, Zach Edey, two bigs, and the more I think about it, it's like, oh, this team made a run. Oh, two bigs, crazy, crazy. The big man still, at least in college, the big man's still running things. Like when you saw how it was with like Drew Timmy, they took out Drew Timmy. The backup really couldn't do much against UConn, and I mean they went from up 10 to they put Drew Timmy in 3 minutes later, and it was 27 or something. Like it's crazy how
Um,
valuable the big man can be, especially a good one, not just like a deer out there on
right.
a baby deer out there. You need a good big man that can move and everything. Like that's hard to come by these days. So that's I feel like, especially when you go to the NBA, I think like this is not to get too far off topic. Obviously, I think it's going to be a changing tide. I think we're slowly getting back to the ways of the big man and get away from the shooting guards because now it's the point like almost everyone can shoot threes, almost everyone can step back. It's like not everyone can rim protect or run the court very well at like
Right.
6'10", like Giannis or Joel Embiid. So yeah, I think we're getting a lot more value back in the big man in basketball.
No, I think you hit it on the head, man. That's why it never impressed me. Anybody could jack up shots and hit 30%. Anybody. Even in the 90s, anybody. Anybody that's ever played NBA basketball could do what this generation is doing. It's not like they're doing
They're just
anything
taking more
special.
shots. I would
Yeah,
say they're more. I would say there's obviously more skilled because they've practiced it way more. But yeah, if they you go back like 10, 20 years and you give that you basically say, hey, you're all allowed to take 10, 23s a game. Go for it. I bet you, yeah, we would see probably similar numbers. But yeah, that's why I'm interested to see like for example for the Bucks, man, like with Giannis, it's very interesting to watch these teams now. They're running through big mans because there's a lot more teams now than ever before. Like 2 or 3 years ago, it's like, oh, you need the Steph Curry guard, you need the Damian Lillards. Now you need the Jokic's, you need the Embiid's, stuff like that. And so yeah, those kids in college that can figure out like Zach, like that's why I hope Zach Edey stays. If Zach Edey could figure it out, like and get somewhat of a mid range shot, like he would probably be like the third overall pick minimum for like NBA teams. It's like, all right, we got a 7'4" guy who can somewhat move, but he can shoot. And it's like that's what, yeah, it's just
his
the
his.
big man.
I don't know if he has
Edey was
the.
probably a terrible. Yeah, I think he's probably a terrible example just because he's still like his feet aren't the best and he's very young
Yeah.
in the basketball. But you get the idea though. That's he was just the first man who came to mind.
Nah, yeah. Nah, yeah. You hit it on the nail. Um, I give out my bets and then we can go ahead and go ahead. I got the New York Mets on the
Yeah,
run line plus 150 for the
love it.
second day in a row. Mets run line
Hey,
was
question real quick. Question real quick. What's the difference between the run line and the run line's the spread, right?
yeah.
Okay. I thought so. Like I don't know why. I just anytime somebody says run line, bro, I confuse that money line with baseball all the damn time. It's like, wait, is run line this or is it? And then there's other
Yeah.
people I watch when they say run line, they bet half innings, so like, or we're taking the run line at point and a half for the first 5 innings. Like, hmm. I get confused sometimes, but I'm glad to know that I'm not as dumb as I thought.
Yeah, I don't know why they do it. In hockey, it's called the puck line. It's the spread. Basically, just
Yeah,
spread.
remember? So it's the football line in football, and we got the base. Yeah, that's just that's what made me wonder. Like puck line, I got kind of got that. It's just weird.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to take the run line on the Mets minus 1.5 plus 150. I ain't going to lie. I took it last night at plus 140. It's right now plus 150. Think about doubling down. I might double down right now. The six props that I have, I got two pitcher props. I got Robbie Ray over 5.5 strikeouts plus 106. Um, we just talked about this. I forget who he's taking on tonight. The Guardians, which kind of scares me
Guardians, yep.
because the Guardians do not strike out much. At least they didn't last year. But I think Robbie Ray can get six strikeouts in 5 innings and have a good game. Jesus Rosardo, give me under 5.5 strikeouts for him at minus 132. He's taking on the mighty New York Mets. And then give me two Mets to go off today. Give me Pete Alonso over 1.5 total bases plus 165. Whoever made that line was on hard drugs. Also, give me Francisco Lindor over
You
1.5.
said plus 165. I'm about to be taking on my way to the gym.
Lindor is plus 143. But I like Alonzo more than I like Lindor. Just because Alonzo, bro, he could one boom home run over.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, that's why I like it. For those 1.5 bases for FanDuel, it's like 2+ total bases. I love it for the home run hitters.
Yeah,
'Cause,
that's
yeah,
what.
you're exactly right. All it takes is hitting the fence, and usually it's a double if they hit the fence or it's going over.
Yeah, if they miss it, because if you bet home run props and they miss it by an inch, you're gonna be pissed. But you got the total base prop, you getting the same, or not the same odds, but yeah, you can get Alonzo plus 165, Lindor plus 143. I think both of those guys have a day. I think Lindor has more of a 2 single day, but I think Alonzo
I
gets.
don't. I was gonna say I don't think like very many people get like minus on the 2+ total bases, which is pretty awesome. That's a great place to find value in.
Trust me, I
That I've
paid I
noticed.
paid my rent off of that last year, all throughout the
That's
season. I was taking
Yeah,
on.
you're about to see me hop in there. You've put me on, man. I like because I saw it yesterday. I was looking at some of the stats, like, man, I mean, like, bro, I looked at like the parlay I sent you, and like, bro, maybe like only 4 of these hit, but all these were plus money. Like, he might be on to something.
Nah, they give out money on that total base prop. I mean, because it's baseball, so any day anybody can go 0 for
Yeah,
4, take some walks. Like Austin
or
Riley
get walked
yesterday.
3 times.
Yeah, he gets on base 3 times,
Walked
but
three
they walk
times.
him. Yeah,
6 at bats, get walked 3 times. And like, damn, bro,
he couldn't get
they were
one
scared of that
double.
boy Young Thick.
Yeah,
Not even one, bro.
but
Yeah.
yeah. The last two bets I have after Alonso and Lindor. This is also in the same game. Opposing hitters. Give me Yordan Alvarez for the Astros over 1.5 total bases at plus 112. And then my guy from my team, give me Tim Anderson over 1.5 total bases plus 138. I think both of those guys have a big night tonight. I think tonight's game for the Astros and White Sox will be a lot more offensive powered, especially with Lance Lynn and Javier on the mound. And yeah, that's what I got, man.
Probably.
Mets run line, Robbie
Yeah.
Ray over strikeout, Jesus Luzardo under strikeouts, Alonso Lindor, Jordan, and Anderson over total bases.
For me, it's just probably the Mariners and the Mets with you, man. That's all I got.
I like the Mariners a lot, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll probably jump on that with you too right now. I don't know if I want to take the run line on that, but I might. F it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man.
Because mine's cut off real quick. 137 is a little bit. That juice is just enough where it's like, maybe I just say screw it and take the run line. That's where I'm stuck at. But yeah, hopefully within like an hour, I'll decide to be a man or not. Maybe take the run line.
Yeah, I think I'm about to do it. I also think I'm about to double down on this Mets, even though I shouldn't. I should just let my bet run.
All right, if you double down, I guess I got a quadruple down. Haven't even taken it yet. Nah, I think that's like one of my. I really do like that Mets one. I'm hoping that I'll be able to hop on that and still get decent odds after the show.
Yeah, it's still minus 115 right now on the money line. But
FanDuel
yeah,
scares me though. That's the only thing. Their odds are a little bit wacky when it comes to that stuff. Because I know like yesterday you got a game that was like plus like 150 that I only got like minus, or I only got like plus 120. So that's the only thing that scares me. I'll have to see.
huh. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Let me look.
If you talking about the game, I think you're talking about that number was dropping for me too. I just caught it hella early.
It may be. I don't know. I'm about to double check here real quick. So you said so for me Mets. I got plus 146. So maybe I lied. Maybe my odds are a little bit better. Maybe
It's
I just caught it weird, like you said.
it's plus 150 right now for me, but the bet that I took, it's
Yeah. Okay. So it's about
I took it at
okay.
I took it at plus 140.
Okay. So yeah, it's just said okay. So they're too far off then. I thought they were way more off. Never mind. Maybe I'm just dumb. Read it wrong. Told you it's that low power mode, man. This is what happens when I come into this show on like no sleep. I ask you dumb questions and stuff I basically damn near already know, and I just got to make sure that I'm not being an idiot.
Yes, sir.
It's like damn.
But man, I appreciate you coming. I always appreciate you coming. It was awesome talking to you. It was an awesome opening day. I'm looking forward to a Final Four tonight in the women's. Also, the Final Four tomorrow in the men's. And looking forward to a
Yes,
great
sir.
slate of baseball. This is Captain by a Hook with the Red Beard, Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the support. 100 episode, baby. We in this thing. Please take all wagers at your own risk, and please, please, gamble responsibly. Dobbs.